What's up, wrestling fans? By now, you know that RTruth has been released by the WWE. This news started getting around to everybody, and there's a couple really key things to say here to bring up. But first of all, from his Twitter account, which is, I'm sorry to inform you all that I just got released from the WWE. I want to thank WWE for the ride, but mostly I want to thank each and every one of you who are along for the ride. Thank you all for the love, support, and appreciation you give me over the years. Thank you. So there you have it. But officially released, this is a surprise. Even though maybe somebody saw it coming, like, okay, that's why he's wrestling Cena. Like, this is they're giving him this kind of gift of a big man event, go away type of thing. I mean, you could argue that RTruth, Ron Killings, RTruth, K Quick, that he's long overdue to be gone from the company, but people love this guy. This guy has been solidly like making us laugh and involved. And if something was ever needed, he could probably do it, right? No matter what. I'm a little bit shocked because the guy just he cruises. You know what I'm saying? Even to this most recent John Cena thing, although it's funny, a lot of people, the talk was, this is stupid, and why are they doing this type of thing, or this is lame. I heard so much talk like that, and now the talk is, what are they doing? How could they let him go? So it's just funny with the way the wrestling fans are. I think, was it Jericho or Punk or somebody called the fans fickle? It was kind of fickle. I mean, the guy has been in the company, I think, since off and on since 1998 or 1999. Which is incredible. I mean, he spanned every generation in some way. He's been involved in there somewhere, even in small roles. But he's always done really well as a guy that you could call upon at different times to make people laugh. I mean, he could do more serious stuff. It's just they booked a lot of comedy things for him over these past years. You know, they could always roll out that some of those jokes that he cemented 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 8 years ago or whatever the case may be. But I think a lot of people are upset about this. I think wrestling right now is a bit down. People are really down on wrestling. I know the WWE probably doesn't feel that way, and AEW and people like that. They think everything's great and they're making so much money and oh my God. But, creatively right now, things feel bad. And as a creator myself, I can tell you that all kinds of wrestling creators' numbers are down. The numbers are down in general, and it's not just because people are done listening to wrestling YouTubers. It's because wrestling is not that interesting right now. It all really started with The Rock not showing up at WrestleMania and not really getting into that sort of story that they were telling. But so this delivers another sort of annoying blow, I would call it, where people just don't want things to change right now. What's the reason for this? Will we find out soon? I'm sure we will. But you're talking about a guy who's had a really steady time in wrestling for a long time. And, I think people really, what I'm noticing the most is that people just love RTruth. People love RTruth. They really do. And that's when this may be a decision that you would say in your mind, of course he was released. And wow, I mean, he could have been released 10 years ago. It's amazing that didn't happen. What a run. And you could look at this as a positive, glass half full situation. But just people aren't doing that. And I think that's because they like him so much. He's so likable and he was so respected by people. I mean, there's a lot of fans now that have grown up their entire lives. This guy was in the WWE. That's crazy to think about that. I mean, I'm 40 years old, and I mean, when did RTruth show up? When I was about what, 11, 12, 13, 14. I was about 14 or 15 years old when the WWE signed RTruth. So I was about 14 years old. So from 14 years old to 40 years old, this guy has been involved in the WWE. Off and on a couple of times, but mostly throughout that entire time he's been around WWE. And if you're like a 30-year-old person, almost your entire life, RTruth has been part of the WWE. the guy was in, I believe, has 21 or 22 solid years in WWE. You know, aside from his stint where he left or when he went to TNA, I think that puts RTruth at like the 20, 21-year mark in the WWE. I mean, that is more than almost 80% of any wrestler you've ever seen in the WWE ever. So you can see why he has, and I'm sure that WWE, you know, probably didn't do this lightly. I don't know what the reasoning is that they thought, well, you know, he's been hanging around forever, and they may have wanted to cut him a little while back, and they wanted to put him on this run with John Cena, or that John Cena maybe even asked for it. I don't know. But, you know, I do think he was given a wonderful send-off in a way in a big match that drew one of the best ratings. I know that most of that was Cena. You know, you could put Cena with anybody, but it was kind of funny, and it drew my eyes to things, you know, for a second. The idea that, you know, he's coming out against John Cena after, you know, all the worship of John Cena that he's had. I mean, this guy he does rap stuff. He does rap. He can do his more music now, maybe. I don't know if that's his goal. We don't know the specifics. You know, his contract is up. He's not fired. People have said that too. He's not fired. His contract is up, and they're not renewing it. And in a little while, he'll be free to do whatever. And I don't know how much of this is mutual. He didn't really allude to that in his post about how much this is like mutual, or that he agreed upon, or WWE's idea. I mean, it sounds like it's more you know, WWE's idea, but you know, I don't know. We don't really know all those details yet. I was skimming around social media, and I just know that so many people are mad, man. People really love RTruth. That's the biggest thing that I'm noticing. I mean, there's so many posts like this. Like, is this an April Fool's joke or June 1st? Or if not, WWE messed up on this. I mean, you're going to have other people say, what do you mean WWE messed up on this? The guy has done not really anything. He's been in the company for like 30-something years. It's like, okay, like it's time to move on now. You know, he's way overstayed the welcome, you know, some people would say. But you know, people just love him so much that they don't believe that. WrestleMania, of course, releases happen even before they took over, but this seems like a sign that the glory days are over. All they seem to care about is cramming as much as they can without any substance. F the fans, we've got merch to sell and achieve record gates. I don't even think that, but I do think that he's right about the fact that the WWE is now more corporate than ever. Like 5 years ago, we started realizing that they cared more about the numbers than anything else. It doesn't matter about these other things. They've got a business to run. It's a business sanitized corporation. And now it's more than ever like that. So yes, like I don't think things will seem too much different, because they would do kind of crazy releases in the past. But the reason why they're doing them now is so different. That's the difference. McMahon would have a feeling that this guy stinks and he's never going to do anything. Release that guy, you know? Now it's more like this guy, numbers, okay, blah, 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 release him. This guy, release him. Yeah, but, you know, hey, even though the numbers and this and that, people love this guy, and he's somebody we can dial up whenever, whatever, and fans just love him. He's a great mascot for the company. Does not compute. I don't care. Numbers mean something. Fire. Like, that's what it's like now. So if you don't know that, that's just what the company has already been like this, starting with the WWE Network. All that stuff was done like, look, shareholders, bam. And they eventually did what we started talking about back then. They're getting the company ready to be sold. They're getting the company ready to be sold. We said this for 10 years. And now they're here. Triple H is just a creative guy in the company. Vince McMahon has nothing to do with it. Shane McMahon has nothing to do with it. Stephanie McMahon is a figurehead for a face. Triple H has creative control. That's the biggest control of any of the McMahons, of any of the things you could be or do in WWE now. Creative control of the storylines is the biggest thing that you can be and have. It's the last thing that you can do, you know what I mean, to be creative in the WWE. And when Triple H loses that, Triple H is gone and whoever else takes over, man, it's just going to be more hands in the cookie jar. And that's what you're noticing. A lot of the storylines are cookie cutter, AI-like. Everything is recycled among like 70 different people, where back in the day it was like, here, you 30 people write stuff, and then Vince McMahon will filter it. Well, now it's kind of like everyone's writing everything. If the Triple H might have an idea, but The Rock thinks differently. Then Triple H agrees with The Rock, but then The Rock thinks differently. Then Triple H has an idea, but somebody else thinks differently. Then somebody else has an idea, and Triple H doesn't like it, but can't fix it. Okay, we'll do it. Then Triple H says, no, we're going to do this instead because I make that decision. And then it gets done. I mean, just, guys, it's all over the place now. What does this mean for RTruth? How do you feel about RTruth being released? How do you feel about the future of WWE? Right now, in my opinion, morality is very, very much down. Business might be booming, but morality is down in the ratings, in the interest, in reviews on YouTube, and podcasts in general. Wrestling channels right now are down 20% from what they were last year when things were up. And I think WrestleMania killed the momentum and exposed all the corporate greed that is this company now, and we are in trouble. We are in for some dark days. This is the Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe if you're brand new. Daily videos on wrestling and more. All my other channels and everything else. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show if you want to save my life. And super thanks are super welcome in the comments down below. See you guys in the next video.